So our third case study is one that resonates with a lot of folks down in the States here, and I'm sure it was highlighted in Canada as well. But we have an enterprise software failure at a very catastrophic level that occurred the week of Christmas in 2022. So our physical layer was the physical systems were fully operational, the infrastructure, the planes, the servers, etc. But the logical here is the airline was brought to a halt because of a software failure. So the secondary and tertiary effects of this event cascaded out of control to a point where it literally shut down the entire airline, period. So the impacts were far beyond the software failure of the airline. So the issue wasn't the lack of Southwest staff getting people from point A to point B. The problem was that the software infrastructure failed that supported the pilots and crew to get passengers from point A to point B. So the actions, the operations actions that needed to occur, the infrastructure could not support, which is a real big problem here across the board. So from a persona perspective, the humans impacted to the situation here, but the fact of the matter is, the C-suite leadership ignored the concerns of the operations staff for years. Sound familiar? I've lived it, and I know folks like Peter, like Michael, Heinz, myself, and probably people in this audience have lived it lived through it as well. So the employee unions even had software upgrades as part of their demands for their collective bargaining agreement. So the Southwest staff was on hand and ready to support, but the customer confidence was completely lost in Southwest as a result of it. So as a result of that, 3,600 flights were canceled Christmas week of 2022, which ultimately turned into a gigantic PR disaster. So the Southwest Airlines software infrastructure failure highlighted the key vulnerabilities of cascading failures of enterprise software failure in their system. So earlier in 2022, Southwest made news by closing one of their call centers in order to pursue going 100% remote. That ended up not working out so well for them, as we saw the week of the failure in 2022. So the frontline employees had little support or communication from corporate, which is another critical failure of the C-suite. The pilot lounges were packed with pilots ready to fly and nowhere to go. Another major problem here. So thousands of crew members were sitting in hotels and airports with nowhere to go. Another major problem here. So the money that was lost that week was absolutely, I mean, if we were to monetize this, the millions of dollars that came into this equation are absolutely phenomenal. So the overall lack of attention by the C-suite was given to the maintenance and upkeep of the systems over time. As a result, they failed catastrophically. So a lot of these folks in the C-suite were patting each other on the back, looking at their cost savings and looking how much money they saved the company. At the end of the day, the money that you think you saved has ended up costing them a phenomenal amount of money. So they thought they saved a bunch of money. They probably lost easily anywhere between $100 and $300 million, if not more, as a result from this single event. Customer confidence. So what is customer confidence worth? What is brand awareness worth? What is brand recognition worth? All of those things ended up happening, which is a perfect segue into simple rules can produce complex behaviors. So this is across the board, which is really important